Hi everybody, I'm Susan Nudowitz with letsfeelexcellent.com and I'm going to make chocolate kale chips. Okay, only I'm not going to use cooked Dutch chocolate. I'm going to use cacao. It's a raw chocolate powder. We grow it here on the island, but this is from South America somewhere. Okay, and I'm going to use collard greens because I don't have kale, and I want to show you they work just the same. So the thing that I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this rib. This is too watery. This is not going to dehydrate, and we need a dehydrator for this. So to make the chips. So I'm going to take out the rib. These aren't fried chips or cooked chips. So this is a raw food. It's a dried food. You know, when you need chocolate, when you want chocolate. So this is a good way to have it. It's a great way to have some of your leafy greens. So I'm just going to cut them up like that, chip size, okay? And then there's going to be chocolate almond chips. So I have my almonds. They've been soaked for 24 hours and rinsed and drained right there. And then I have 1/3 of a cup of cacao. Actually, that might be 1/2 of a cup. I have a teaspoon of stevia. I have a tablespoon of Irish moss. And I'll tell you in a second why I put that in there. And I have 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And you can use a liquid vanilla too. I'm using just the dry vanilla. And I get most of my herbs from herbalcom.com. Herbalcom.com is where I get most of my herbs. So that goes in the Vitamix. With the ribs, you can make a soup, or you can make a salad. But the reason I put the Irish moss in, I wanted to tell you. Okay, here you're going to have to judge with the water, not covering, just to where you see it. But the reason I put the Irish moss in is this is a crucifer. All your cabbages, your kale, your mustard greens are crucifers, broccoli, cauliflower, and they take iodine to digest. Now, you can also put, this is the reason I have this here, is you can put a dash of sea salt in. The chocolate's going to have plenty of minerals for me, so I don't need more minerals. And I don't have any food addiction, so I don't really need the salt. I get plenty of sodium in my diet, so I'm fine. So anyway, the crucifers are going to take iodine to digest. So I want plenty of iodine for my thyroid as well, so I'm going to put Irish moss in. You can also put, I wouldn't put as much, but you can put kelp in as well. So some kind of sea vegetable. Here we go. Line that up. Almonds are crunchy. Gotta grind them up. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay, great. It's sort of the consistency of cake batter right now, and a lot of chunky almonds in there, so I want it more chunky almonds. So I'm going to put in the whole 2 cups. Or I don't want more chunky almonds, I want it thinner. You can also put spirulina in here. I don't eat spirulina myself, but if you want to put have spirulina in your diet and you don't want like the taste of it, this will not change the taste too much. So you can put it in here. I know some of you are worried about protein. I'm going to reverse it a little bit. Some of you are worried about protein on a vegetarian diet, which we'll do a whole other video on that, and there's plenty of them. But if you are and you're taking spirulina for that, then you can put it in here. I think it's like the perfect consistency now. Right like that. Just a little salad-y, little salad dressing kind of thing here. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. All those ingredients that I said. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in here. Just let me wash this off my hand here because I'll show you. Get my hands all dry. And what I'm going to do, what I do is I wear gloves to massage this into the leaves and put them on the dehydrator. And the reason I do that is because it's just easier for me to use my hands. Okie dokie, so now I'm going to put the mixture on. And you just have to coat the leaves with it. I will show you a closer view of it. So yeah, this could be a pretty high protein thing with the cacao and the leafy greens, although I get plenty of protein from my fruit. Just from the fruit alone, you really don't need that much. I mean, there's this whole myth because of the meat and dairy industry that you need like tons of protein. And maybe, you know, you need more when your system gets all clogged up of meat and protein, but meat and dairy, that is. When you get your body really efficient on fruit and vegetables, but mostly fruit, and you're absorbing, you don't need that much at all. So for me, this is like a treat. Okay, so just like that, and I'm going to put on my dehydrator. You just spread them out. Oops. So unlike regular kale chips, you don't need any yeast, or you really don't need salt. And I'm making it with almonds. I had the almond nuts and I thought, what kind of, in the color greens, I said, what kind of kale chips can I make? Well, chocolate almond. So I'm just going to spread these out like I'm doing, and they're going to dehydrate at 135 Fahrenheit, 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 hours. That's about, I checked them, but that's about what it is. So I'm just going to spread these out. And then it's nighttime, as you can see, and then in the morning I will have the kale chips. Okay, so that's about it. And I hope you enjoy them. They're really, really yummy. As you can see, I don't have an Excalibur dehydrator, and the Nesco works just fine for this. Okay, so try this recipe and enjoy. I'm Susan with letsfeelexcellent.com, and I thank you very much for joining me. Aloha.